This Restore and Renew campaign, as we try to honor our past and secure our future, is really about looking to those that have come before us and looking forward, saying, okay, how do we just continue to stand on their shoulders, but do the good work the Lord has for us, and continue to be a place, a beacon of light, and a place that people can come to really encounter the Lord. The parish church is the heart of the campus. Everything we do is born from here. So we have a great gift of an amazing Catholic school, and so there's a lot of life and a lot of vibrancy on this parish campus. If the heart is sick, you can't address anything else until you address the heart and get the heart healthy. We try to save money, we try to be good stewards, and we patch and we do those things. But at the end of the day, are we setting ourselves up for the future? Are we really saving money?
As you start to walk around and you see different areas of the church structurally and the safety side of it, you're like, I noticed that water stain on the ceiling, but I didn't notice all of the water stains, and I didn't notice the broken window, and little things like that from the structural standpoint.
I was just shocked when I found out that the lights had to be turned on with breakers. I was saddened and disheartened when I found out that there were extension cords everywhere. It's an accident waiting to happen. And knowing that, how can you go forward without doing everything you can to make sure that doesn't happen?
Of course, 70 years old, the bones need to be renewed and rejuvenated, and it needs to be brought up to modern day standards for the next 70 years. And so I think we have not only that duty, but also in some sense that responsibility to support our home church.
I think it's a beautiful gift to be able to set up ourselves for the many years to come, and to really to lay the groundwork so that as people continue to come to this place, they'll be drawn to it, not only because of it's a place of faith, but a place of beauty that allows them to step away from the world and really meditate upon God's love and God's mercy.
We are worshiping the Eucharist, and so therefore we need to be able to let it reflect what's in our hearts through the beauty of this physical church.
So there's very logical reasons to fix the structural and mechanical issues of this church. It's going to also have a beautiful facade. The altar is going to be beautiful, the flooring is going to be beautiful.
Anyone that would walk into this church knows it's a house of God and would be inspired by that beauty. He's present, it just needs to be beautiful.
What we will have when we're done is a beautiful place that is going to stand for the test of time. And that's my great hope. And so my invitation to you is, please, if you have questions, ask. I'd gladly show you the beautiful church that we have, but also the many challenges that we face. And it doesn't make sense to address some of them and not others. And so it's going to take all of us with the hand to the plow in order to really make things work. And so I invite you, help us restore and renew our church. Let us honor our past and secure our future. Let us prepare for the many generations to come so that even after we are long gone, this church will stand as a beacon of light and of hope and a place of faith that will continue to impact our community here in St. Nicholas and San Marco, and continue to make a difference in our world.